We need to add a new organisation to BIDBase. Perhaps a business has moved into the district, or you have a new levy payer to add to your list. Before we go any further, the organisation's address must have been inputted first. Right, imagine we've done that. I should clarify, by organisation, we mean a business, a partnership, a company, a charity, just not an individual like John Smith. John Smith is a person who would go in the people table. So let's add this organisation. We go to My Data, Organisations, open up the organisation table and click Add Organisation. Now, in the scenario I'm going to use, we've learned of a new levy payer that's just moved into the district. So I'm going to copy out the address that appears on the local authority list. So that's where that goes. That's the official name according to the local authority data. The trading name is just what you know it as. It's what they use on their letterhead or the sign outside, which in this case is Small Pigeon. I don't know the logo. The leader owner, that's the leader, managing director, the owner of the business. Now, because it's a new organisation, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to leave that blank. Now, I know the organisation, so address is CL House. Now, this is important. What we're doing here is we're linking a postal address to this organisation. As far as BIDBase is concerned, we don't know if that's a levy payer or not. This could be a supplier of yours in another city, another town. It could be a business within the bid boundary that's not actually a levy payer. So this has nothing to do with recording the hereditament. We'll do that separately. At this stage, we're just creating a business. And this is going to be the postal address for that business, which could, if you've inputted it as in another city for a head office or person's home address in another town, this is what that is. Next category is web, Twitter, Facebook. If you know those accounts for the business, by all means add it if you want to. Then we get to sector. Now, these have had to be fixed because otherwise we'd have thousands of categories operating across the country and we wouldn't be able to take anything useful from that information at all. So what we've done is we've fixed the categories for now, and this will allow us to perform powerful analysis across the UK and then share that information with the industry. So please support us, please support the industry by recording the best fit. I appreciate it may not be ideal for your bid, but just pick what's the primary function. In the support text up here under help, you'll find a table that explains with categories and examples what we consider those to be. So at this stage, this is a marketing company, so it's professional services, business and technical. Don't forget, you can create as many organisation categories or groups as you like. So you could create coffee shops, you could create accountancy firms, you can create those groups afterwards, but for now, just stick to our categories and pick a sector. Main phone, this is the phone number for the business. SME. If you consider this to be an SME, click yes. Otherwise, if you don't know, click unknown. If it's not an employee, SME, no. We think, under our policy, in our bid, we do not consider this organisation to be a SME. So I'm going to put no. We also don't consider it to be an independent. Voting policy. If this is a levy payer organisation I'm adding, you might want to record whether or not it's got a policy when it comes to bid ballots. For example, if you know that this organisation has a nationwide policy to vote no, never votes yes in a bid ballot ever, we would put yes because they have a policy. And then we would use the description to make a note so we come back to it later. So I put always votes no. Policy might be if this business's agents always vote yes if industry criteria or guidance is met, then you would select yes. If on the other hand, you know that this business simply receives the business plan, makes the decision whether to vote yes or no at its own discretion, then it would not have a policy. That would be no. In most cases, it'll probably be unknown. Bid stance. This allows you to record what you know or perceive to be the organisation's current position on your bid. Most of the time it's going to be a no. You never really know for sure, do you? But in this case, we know that they're against the bid, so we're going to put against. We can't fill out the last promotion because it's new, we've never promoted it before. We don't know the subsidiary, we don't know if it's got a parent company, and we're going to leave active as yes because it's brand new. We would change that to no if the organisation shuts down or moves away and we come back and amend the data. And when we do amend the data, we might leave a note for ourselves here. That's not the case now, so just leave that as yes. And that's it. And you simply click add. Just one thing I want to drop in here is for the analysis tools to work on BIDBase, all levy payers must be inputted as organisations. Sounds obvious, but sometimes a levy payer, according to local authority data, is an individual. For example, Miss Michelle Jones or Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That might sound familiar to you. In these circumstances, you should add the name Miss Michelle Jones here as an organisation. This is so that when you go to pull off a bid ballot report or do some levy payer reports, that entity will appear as the levy payer. Now, once you've done that, once you've created Miss Michelle Jones as an organisation, you can then add Michelle as a person and then go on and add on a day-to-day basis. You could record interactions with her, record the events she attends, all as a person. But you must, if she's a levy payer, record her as an organisation first. Okay, good luck.